absolutely devastating.
This is Joey Owens Show. They've been trying to get me on this broadcast forever, and this is the worst damn broadcast I've ever been on. So you all can kiss my ass while I win this match.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Face or Heel Pro Wrestling Talk here on this Thursday, October the 30th, day before Halloween, guys. You guys ready for Halloween?
Absolutely.
I could care less.
Yeah, I understand. But my grandson Austin, that's his favorite holiday. But yeah, I've been kind of over it for a while. But guys, let's jump right into it. And speaking of Halloween, I know me and Glenn got to watch last Saturday NXT Halloween Havoc. I thought it was a pretty good show. I would give it probably a B or B plus. I was pretty entertained with the show. My match of the night was the Dawn of the Dead match with All Ego Ethan Page against Dr. Wagner. Really enjoyed that match. Dawn of the Dead match is basically a street fight rules, pretty much. But that was my match of the night. And then we're going to get ready to go over a couple other matches that happened on the card, all of us are. But Big Glenn, your thoughts on Halloween Havoc?
This is probably my favorite PLE that NXT puts on every year and stuff because they do the Halloween Havoc stuff, the logo and everything else. It's all amazing. Honestly, I would give it a B plus as well. My favorite match is probably the not the Soul Rooker, but the Zarya and Blake Monroe match.
Yep.
Then the other one with the Tatum winning the championship.
Yeah, it was a solid show. There wasn't a bad match on the show, so I enjoyed it a lot. One thing I did want to bring up real quick, Marcus, you might like this because it's kind of old school. Last night on AEW Dynamite, they did a kind of a callback to Tony Schiavone back in, I don't even know what year, but where he dressed up as kind of the Phantom of the Opera. And so last night, everybody thought it was him in the ring. It was just a recording of him and talking about Samoa Joe and people in his group and stuff. And it was really, when it come out to be, it was Hangman Adam Page dressed up as the Phantom of the Opera, and everybody thought it was Tony Schiavone. So I thought that was pretty well done. And I thought it was a pretty good callback, kind of old school. So I thought that was pretty good. So give AEW a shout out for that. Well, let's get into some of the stuff that we watched this week, some of the stuff that we have down. Let's start off with the NXT Halloween Havoc, and let's start off with that Jacy Jayne versus Tatum Paxley for the NXT Women's Championship. We have a new champ, Jacy Jayne, who was the champion, lost the belt to Tatum Paxley. And Big Glenn, I'll let you go first to give your thoughts on that match, what you liked and what you didn't like.
I liked all of it, and when the Colleen turns on freaking Tatum, it's gonna be painful because you can see the seeds being planted for that right as it happens.
Yeah. How long do you think it'll take?
Oh goodness, that's good. That's a good question. I want to say probably by deadline.
Okay. So you think it's going to happen at deadline? Okay.
By
So
deadline.
Okay.
It could, yeah, but I think that's not a storyline that you would want to draw out too long.
And do you think the whole calling will turn, or maybe just the lady?
Ooh, that's a good question. I think they all will because they all have the same freaking look, especially last or Tuesday night.
That's true.
Like
Yeah.
you can tell Sean Spears was looking at Izzy Dane like
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Well, Marcus, your thought
before you
that
go
match.
before you go, Marcus. I have one more thing to add to the Jacy Jayne stuff from Tuesday. This is from Tuesday. You notice how they didn't help Tatum when Jacy Jayne attacked him or attacked Tatum on Tuesday.
Okay. Marcus.
Well, of course, I got to make my normal observations. I notice a lot of people, even in the indies, are now using the ring skirt.
Yeah,
Get people between the ring and the ring skirt and then smacking around on them. That's even happening on the indies quite a bit now too. I've seen it at WCWO, Warrior Pro,
yeah,
JICW. I mean, literally, I think all of them have done it at least once. So, and they didn't used to do that. So that's really something that's just come about within the last year. It seems like so.
yeah. I think the very first one I've seen do it. Can't remember if it was NXT or WWE, but it was one of those shows was the first time I seen it, and it could have been a year ago, could have been maybe even a year and a half, 2 years ago. But it's like you said, it's become a lot more used a lot.
So anyhow, okay. Well, of course I don't know my players, but you'll get what I'm getting here. Of course, she flipped her into the ring apron versus the ropes. I like the bulldog from the top rope. What did they call that? A bulldog avalanche neck breaker.
Yeah,
That was pretty
that's
impressive. I liked how the referee kicked everybody out. He's like, you,
yeah,
and then the others are laughing. He goes, you.
yeah.
But then they all come back out, and then the one lady clocked her. Interesting finish. I mean, it was, from what I seen, it was good. So,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I thought it was pretty well done. Well, let's move on to the next match. The next one that I had you guys we will comment about was Javon Evans and Leon Slater versus Mr. Iguana and La Parca. The crowd really was into this match. They really enjoyed it. I thought it was a good match. I did see watching the whole match, which I know Marcus didn't get to see the whole match. There was a couple of little bit of miscues maybe with La Parca and Mr. Iguana, maybe language barrier during the match, but nothing major. A lot of big moves, a lot of fun. Not completely always my style, but I do like the NXT mixes it up. They'll put a match like that on, but then they'll have a old school match like the Ethan Page who wrestles more old school, and then the main event with it. So I mean, they mix it up. It's a little bit of everything, and that's one reason why I like NXT. It's just not one thing all the time.
Yeah.
Marcus, your thoughts on that match?
well, for me at Halloween Havoc, I love the way that everybody was spooked by the lizard for one. I mean, they handle that thing like it's got the plague or something.
Yeah,
You know how Mr. Iguana kept sneaking up behind everybody, and they're like, I mean, it was humorous. I mean, it was a good comedy match. Um, I loved how Slater, he's fantastic. I loved how he went flying over to get tagged. He went literally flying over the way he flew back into position to get the tag.
yeah,
If he didn't grab that top rope, he would have been in the front row of the audience.
yeah.
Or he did that, but um, yeah, I thought it was fantastic. You get Mr. Iguana in there, it's going to be good.
Yeah.
May not be a good wrestling match, but it's going to be a funny match. So
It's going to be entertaining, and all them guys can move around all over the place. One thing that I do like is I think they've got gold with Javon Evans and Leon Slater, making them a tag team, and one of them from TNA and one of them from NXT. I think that's one reason why the Hardys lost the NXT championship back to Dark State. I think you're going to see Javon Evans and Leon Slater get those NXT championships. Heck, they may even eventually get the TNA championships. I think they've got gold with them too, and it can help make Javon and make both of them, and then possibly them guys turning on each other or getting in a feud because they've already had one match that was fantastic. So I like what they're doing. I think it's a smart move. Big Glenn, your thoughts on the match?
I tell you what, when I was watching this match, I was thinking to myself because you and I, Tony, we was talking about the Chicago Elimination Chamber. If they have that NXT there that weekend, which I think they will, I would hope they bring up some of the AAA guys for that because seeing Iguana and Mr. Iguana and stuff, man, it's just entertaining, man. Him sneaking up on everybody and shit, So,
Oh yeah. Yeah, I agree. I'm considering that. I'm wanting to go to that big show that they're going to have in Chicago, Elimination Chamber. They're going to have that in Chicago, and the rumor is they're going to have NXT, SmackDown, maybe Raw. They're talking about doing 4 or 5, maybe a AAA show. They're talking about doing 4 or 5 shows that weekend in Chicago.
yeah, I haven't.
So
I'm seriously considering the way the CBA is looking for the WNBA. It looks like that is it's more likely than not going to happen at this point, especially just on a simple fact of I have a 0 down 6-month payment plan available in my Klarna account, so I can pull the trigger on that.
Okay. Yeah. Sounds like it's going to be a good time there.
Yes.
Okay, let's move on to some SmackDown on last Friday night. Jade, Tiffany Stratton was in a match, and she gets attacked by Julia, and of course, I'm going to forget her name. Glenn, can you help me with Julia's manager?
Oh shit. I'm lost on the name too, Tony.
Yeah, I can see her, but I can't think of her name. But anyway, she gets attacked after the match. After Stratton wins, she gets attacked by two people, and Jade Cargill comes out and saves Tiffany Stratton, helps her up. Tiffany drops her belt. She picks up the belt, hands it back to her. Got her hand raised up in the air, lets it go, turns to walk away, and then gives her a big clothesline, and then goes on to do a big beatdown. And so we're going to be seeing definitely a match with Jade Cargill and Tiffany Stratton. I would say soon. I don't know if they're going to add it to Saturday night's main event or not. I don't think they have officially yet, but you're definitely going to see a big feud. I think it's the right move for Jade, in my opinion. I don't think I think she struggled, period. But I think that one reason that she struggled, I don't think she's a face. I've never thought she was a face. She was a heel the whole time she was in AEW, and
Yep.
so I think she's better as a heel. Now, whether that's going to help her be more comfortable in the ring, that could be a different story. But I definitely think a heel turn's definitely at least maybe a step in the right direction. We'll see if that she can get better. Marcus, your thoughts on what happened there?
Basically, what you just said. That's why I'm in here laughing. It's like I think this is what Jade Cargill needed. I mean, I've not been a fan of hers because, for one, I think she's too clumsy and shouldn't be at this level yet. But I think this heel turn is exactly what she needed. Now let's see what she does with it.
Yeah.
But it's funny that you said that because as you're reading that off, I'm here laughing. I'm like, well, that's exactly what I thought.
Yeah.
Maybe this is what she needed to get over. So
Yeah, and I thought they responded pretty well. The crowd did to her as being a heel. So yeah, I think it's the right move. Marcus, you got any other thoughts on that?
no, I just think it was fantastic. It was a decent heel turn. I loved it.
Yeah.
Kind of
Yeah, I thought
reminded me of Hogan and Orndorff when he turned again. When he went from face back to heel, and he held his arm up, then clotheslined him. It kind of reminded me of that. So
and that's what Bully Ray kind of talked about. It was kind of heel 101, but he said, "Look, why fix something that ain't broken? Those kind of turns work. No matter kind of who does it, as long as you do it the right way, it's going to work." So, because some people say, "Oh, they should have did it a different way." Well, why? You don't need to think out of a box all the time. If it works, it works. So, I mean, and plus, since Jade has struggles, why try to do something out of the box? Do something you know it's going to work
Exactly.
and get her going. So I definitely think it was the right move. Big Glenn, your
Yeah.
thought?
Yeah, Tony, to piggyback on what you were saying about that, about people saying it should be done, taken out of the box and stuff. It's it's just a simple case of the IWC always finding something to bitch about at the end of the day.
True.
So I liked it. I liked the turn. It's I would say it's probably her last shot to get over in that way. So we'll see how it goes.
Yeah. I did. Speaking of people online saying, well, WWE is definitely going to make her the champion, and that's why they turned her heel, and they're going to make this work no matter what because they don't want to look like fools for bringing her in for AEW. Well, I don't know that they're fools. I mean, she's got talent. There's no doubt. She's got the look. But one thing about it, she took less money. She took a less of an offer from WWE to go there than what AEW offered. AEW offered her more money to stay, but she went to WWE because she thought it was a better opportunity. And so, I mean, it's either going to work or it's not. I mean, she wouldn't be the first person that tried to get over. There've been plenty of wrestlers that have wrestled and tried to get over and not make it. And there's been plenty of wrestlers. There's been wrestlers that I've never thought. Well, I'll tell you a guy that I didn't think there was any chance of him ever making it, and made me look like a fool. And that was Trick Williams. Trick Williams' first 6 months, 7-8 months in NXT, I said this dude sucks. and they went to work and he got better in the ring. And during that time, they didn't show him on TV other than just in promos and side bits and stuff, skits. But all that time he was working in the ring, and now he's got a chance to be a big star.
Yeah.
Definitely moving in the right direction.
You know who falls?
Go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you know who falls in that category, and it's one of her guys, Joe Hendry.
Yeah.
Because think about it, that thing that he does with the say his name he appears. I mean,
Yep.
look how, or listen to how cheesy that sounds when you talk
Yeah.
it through. That's some shit that's so bad it's good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Speaking of Joe Hendry, one of the Crawfordsville guys that don't work for Puffle a lot, but does every so often, was at the Performance Center today and ran into Joe Hendry.
Hell
Really?
yeah.
So,
Cool.
yep, there's a picture of it on Facebook. So,
Yeah, that's awesome. But yeah, I'm expecting this to work with Jay. I'll be surprised if it don't. So let's move on to the other thing on SmackDown I wanted to talk about. Drew McIntyre. We had a match going on between Jimmy Uso and Drew McIntyre. Basically, an anything goes match. It was a pretty solid match. But then after the match, Drew went to attack Jimmy, and then Cody Rhodes came out for the save. And for that save, he ended up getting a Claymore to the head. And so we got a big match coming up Saturday night with Drew and Cody Rhodes. You guys' thoughts on that segment? Big Glenn.
They just need to get that freaking feud over with. I'll leave it at that.
Yeah, it kind of sucks because I don't think they give anything. I think Drew's a fantastic heel. He's a fantastic wrestler, but they have not give him a really good program to work with, and he needs something. He needs something that's going to work because he's good as anybody out there in the ring, and he's good as anybody out there as a heel. I just wish they would find the right program for him because I love Drew. Marcus, your thoughts?
so we're talking about the match between Drew and Jimmy.
Yeah, Jimmy, and
Yes.
then with Cody coming out.
Okay, I thought it was pretty cool. I liked how Jimmy used the fan to help him walk the barricade, which I don't know why he needed help. That barricade's wide enough. I could roll my walker across the top of it. That's how wide that is. But okay, we'll let that guy help you across there. I thought it was funny how McIntyre was getting ready to Claymore Jimmy while he's sitting in that chair, and Jimmy moved and slammed him into the chair. That was pretty impressive.
Yep.
I've never seen anybody use the chair like he did. He didn't put him in there and stomp it. He put him in there and squeezed him into the chair. And I've never seen that before.
Yeah, I hadn't either.
McIntyre needs a good run he's not been champion for very long. I mean, he's been champion a couple times, and his runs have not been that long. He needs a good long run as champ.
Yep.
Plain and simple. So
I'll tell you why. I wouldn't be opposed. I don't think they'll do it. Well, we'll get to that here in a minute. We'll get to Saturday night's main event in a minute.
you know what I'm going to pick, and I think you're thinking it too. So
Yeah, I think what they should do. I don't know if they'll do it, but I think what they should
drop the
do.
belt on him. Yep.
Yeah. Let's go on to Monday Night Raw. The show started with CM Punk and Jey Uso claiming their stake to the World Heavyweight Championships. Marcus, your thoughts on that promo? What'd you think?
Well, for one, Jay and Punk are sure showing their age. I'll tell you that right now. Those boys, they're getting their gray. I love it. Jay don't give a shit. I love how he said, one of them said, we both need to be champs again. And he said, well, screw you, Punk. I love this aggressive Uso.
Yeah.
I wasn't a fan. I mean, the Yeet was all right, but the Yeet got old.
Yeah.
And I love this aggressive Uso. I think this is another route to drop the other title. So put McIntyre as one champ, Uso as the other, as both heels. I think it'd be wonderful. But
yeah, I just don't know if they'll do it because I agree with you. For me, and I know for you, the Yeet's gotten old, but he's still selling merch like crazy, and the crowd is still in the arenas. At least I don't know about the people at home, but in the arenas, the crowd goes crazy for that. I mean,
well, like I said, when you guys were at the Royal Rumble, I got goosebumps, and I wasn't even in the damn building. I would love to have been in the building and experienced that.
Yeah, being in the building, that's what people don't understand. The electricity in the air when that goes on is unbelievable. You don't get it at home. You don't. I mean, just no way you can. So I understand why people love it so much. I really do. And I didn't expect to feel that way when I went to that show. I like Jay fine. You know, I mean, I'm not a Jay hater. I mean, I like him fine. I think he's good. I mean, but that was just a completely different level of electricity. It really was. Big Lynn, your thoughts on that promo?
I still think Logan Paul should have run the Rumble, but that's beside the fact that it.
We're gonna have a
I,
riot. What
I,
happened?
yeah, because nobody bought his T-shirts that whole weekend. I heard a buddy of mine that was also there was going to all the pop-up stands inside Lucas Oil during the Rumble, man, and Logan Paul's T-shirt was like fully stocked. Everything else was like sold out.
Okay.
But I love this aggressive Jey Uso. The heel turn is coming. You can see it. I honestly wouldn't be surprised if we have a new champion. With that being Jey Uso on Saturday.
Okay. Well, we'll get to that here in a minute when we talk about the Saturday Night main event. Next up, guys, it was also on Raw. Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss put up the tag team championships against Bailey and Lyra Valkyrie. Man, this was a good match.
Yes.
It was really, really a great match, especially for a TV match. I liked it the fact that it was the main event. I thought that was cool. And Charlotte and Alexa's got great chemistry, and so does Bailey and Lyra. It was really good. One thing did happen when Lyra's hair getting caught in Alexa Bliss's top, and she inside the ring. She never did get it off. She had to go outside the ring. She had to take her top off of her and part of
Yeah.
her wardrobe off to go outside the ring. And I think Bailey had to go over to the other side and get it off. So that was kind of crazy, but things happen. There were some people making a big deal out of that. I mean, come on, things like that can happen, you know. So it's
Exactly,
not.
man. Especially with all the shit stuff, especially the stuff the liar wears.
Oh yeah, it didn't hurt the match at all. It really didn't. But I really enjoyed it. Big Lynn, your thoughts?
Yeah, I loved the match. It was great that it was in the main event. I thought it was, the alpha spot was funny, for comedic relief because those kind of things are going to happen, especially we got this many parts involved with that. Just a great match overall, man. I have to get that one an A+.
Yeah. Marcus, your thoughts?
All I have down here is what I seen. It looked okay, but there really wasn't a lot there.
Yeah, it wasn't
I
for the
seen 3 minutes of it, but it looked good from what I seen. But I had nothing. Wasn't long enough for me to really even write anything down. So
Yeah, I understand what you're saying because it wasn't. I wish I could have found the whole match because I
well,
would have had
Fuzz
to
didn't
watch
give
it.
more highlight to it. Then I mean,
Yeah, yeah, because I think you really would have enjoyed this match because they did a lot of good stuff and their chemistry. All four of them's got great chemistry, and then add in Oscar and them after the fact. So it was good. Guys, let's go a little bit old school here. We had an old school match that was scheduled to watch this week. It was WrestleMania 13, the submission match. Bret Hart versus Stone Cold and Steve Austin. Guys, it's a masterclass, man. This match was outstanding. By the time the match started, by the time it ended, you've got Stone Cold basically becoming on his way to becoming a face, and Bret Hart becoming a heel. You know, kind of a face turn in the ring, done almost, and just a classic match. I wonder where this. To me, this might be a top 10 match of all time.
Yeah.
Uh,
Oh yeah.
if not top 10, definitely top 25. It was just I don't know how anybody could complain or pick apart anything in this match. I mean, it was just a lot of fun to watch, and it was really a lot of fun because of the crowd. The crowd was crazy, and you could tell it was 97, whatever year it was. The fact that you didn't have the camera crews like you used to have, like they have. I mean, like they have now. I mean, because there was some stuff like they did. That one thing I would love to see. I mean, he does a suplex on the stairs on Stone Cold, and Stone Cold landing on the damn stairs. That had to be gnarly as heck, but you don't get a good view of it because the camera didn't have a good shot. It was basically a camera following them. So now you'd have so many angles and so many shots. It would have been shot a lot different. But I absolutely love this match. Definitely one of my favorites. Probably definitely the best match of WrestleMania 13, I would say by far. And man, just shows how great both these guys were. And are. Especially, I think Stone Cold Pike has still got another match or two in, and we'll see. There's been rumors. Marcus, your thoughts on this match?
All right. Well, I got history. I mean, I wrote down. I studied this one pretty hard. Okay, this was held in Chicago at the Rosemont Horizon. This was only the second time that WrestleMania was held in Chicago. Can you tell me when the first one was up to this point?
WrestleMania 2.
Yep. Did you already
It was-
look into this?
Or I have that engraved in my memory. So
It was presented by PlayStation. PlayStation, not 2, 3, 4, 5. PlayStation, because that's all there was.
Okay.
yes.
Yep.
So this was the final WrestleMania that Vince McMahon was on commentary.
Yeah.
But they say it was the beginning of the Attitude Era. And if you think
Yes.
a year later, and I'll say that because the year before, the main event at WrestleMania 12 was HBK beating Bret Hart in the Iron Man match.
Yeah.
The WrestleMania after this one, Stone Cold beat HBK with Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
this, as I told Tony, this match was like Steamboat and Savage at WrestleMania 3. This stole the show.
Yeah.
Because the main event of this one was Sid Vicious and The Undertaker, and that match was terrible, really.
Yes, it was.
And this was the loudest match on the card. And this was the match that they put into the Hall of Fame this year as the immortal moment. So
Yeah.
out of all the matches, this is the one that made it first. Okay. That's your history.
Okay.
Now on to my stuff. Well, okay. And I got a whole page of it here. Right off the gate, they started beating each other. I love that. Plowed Austin into the ring post. God, those guys were shooting. They had to be.
Yeah.
The way those guys was hitting everything, they weren't holding back on this. Those guys were full force beating the shit out of each other, and you can't tell me any different.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
I love the old steel barricades, which is the independent barricades. They threw them into Albano and Tony Atlas, who I guess evidently was put into the Hall of Fame that year. That's
Yeah.
why they were sitting where they were sitting.
Yes.
They fought into the crowd. Stone Cold stole the beer off the vendor. Then the vendor just puts his pallet down and just watches. But the crowd swarmed those guys.
Yes.
Man, they were all over them like WCCW and the Von Erichs. They were like on
Yeah.
them. Shamrock's having a hard time. I didn't even realize the security guys were the guys in the red coats until they got them all back down to the ring. But those guys were all over them.
Well,
wouldn't
you even-
do that today.
Yeah, you even seen Shamrock moving some fans out of the way himself.
And for 1997, I don't know if you caught it, but there was a fan with an NWO shirt.
Yep, sure
Yeah,
did.
I've never seen that in
They
the
didn't
crowd.
bleep that
Yeah.
because back then you did not cross that line.
Nope.
Again, they held nothing back. True shoot. If you remember, Lawler was also fighting with Bret Hart at this time. So everything with his commentary was against
Yep.
Bret Hart. When his daughter put her hands up in front of her face, and Vince made a statement, says, "Look, Hart's daughter doesn't even want to watch her dad get beaten." He says, "No, they told her to put her hands up in front of her face because she's ugly."
Yep, I caught that too.
Stu and Helen sitting there at ringside. I had to agree with Lawler. Did somebody wake him up? Because they just
Yeah.
they just sit there. It's like Lawler said he told Brett, or what was it? Oh, he told when Lawler was commentating, he told Stone Cold, Brett told Stone Cold, don't knock him out, Stone Cold, because you can't get Brett to submit if he's unconscious. Yet that's the way the match ended up because Stone Cold was unconscious and it happened. The ring post figure 4 was fantastic. Why did Ken Shamrock call for a rope break? He let him use chairs and everything else, but when he's on the rope, he called for the rope break. Why? Why? And of course, they're with the timekeepers table. Even back then, they were taking out the timekeepers area. So
that bell spot was freaking amazing.
But that's what caused the blood.
Yeah,
and it had to be hard way because Austin, unless Austin just knew how to.
Yeah.
But if he did, he really sliced himself hard to get that much blood flowing. So that I forgot just exactly how great that match was. But yeah, it was probably one of the page 2. Oh yeah, when Bret Hart was putting the sharpshooter on him, that blood's just pouring out of him.
Yep.
So, and then when Shamrock had to get Bret off of him, how he picked him up and damn near threw him out of the ring. Just the power Shamrock had at the time too. So, I think I got it all.
Marcus, let me ask you your opinion. I said it may be a top 10 match of all time. Do you think it could rate that high?
Oh yeah. I mean, it made the Hall of Fame. A lot of people must have thought that.
Yeah.
The very first one, that's what they picked. Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot how good it was. I really did. I knew it was good, but and I actually got to meet a guy when we was at Royal Rumble that was at that match. That would have been awesome to be there for that. Big Glenn, your thoughts?
Man, oh man, let me just start by saying when Tony got a hold of me yesterday and let me know about the match for this week, because obviously I was at the Pacer game last week. I don't know, this is gonna be the easiest homework of all time because I don't have to watch it because I remember how good it was, and it's something similar to what me and Marcus was talking about just now. You know, it's engraved in my memory. It's that good, like from start to finish. You know, the bell spot. You know, going through the crowd, and I remember Jim Cornette was talking on one of the kayfabe commentaries videos. I think it was the WWF 1997. About how he was like the agent for that match or something, and he was so sick they had to like steam air out his lungs in like the bathroom or some shit, you know, because it was so crazy that weekend. You know, sometimes good things can come out of shitty situations, because this is when Michaels supposedly jacked his knee up, and you know, so didn't want to put Bret over, so the main event changed the way it did. So, I mean, granted, this match wasn't the main event, but honestly, as good as it fucking was, it definitely should have been the main event. Because, you know, at the end of the day, it's the top 5 match of all time. I mean, you know, you ask Marcus if it's top 10, I think it's the top 5.
Yeah, that could be.
Because that feud was insane. Like, you have them to go out at Survivor Series the previous November, then them to go out for the most part. And it's really the start of the Attitude Era, because if you go and watch the Raw before that WrestleMania, when Undertaker, no, not Undertaker, somebody, Sid was in a cage match, I think, with Bret, and those 4 guys were getting into it, and they were just everybody was going after everybody. It was insane. And Bret or Stone Cold was like, it could have been me, you at WrestleMania for the championship, but you want to be selfish or some shit like that, you know? So it is fantastic, man. Definitely 5 stars, definitely top 5 of all time.
Okay. Big Glenn, it's your pick. Do you want to go ahead and tell us what your match is for next week?
All right, so I know I mentioned about the Clash 1 Flair Steen before, but I'm not picking that one. I'm going to pick something else, and it comes. Funny enough, it comes from the same year that we just talked about for WrestleMania 13. The main event from Canadian Stampede 1997, the 10-man tag, the Hart Foundation versus Austin, LOD, Goldust, and Ken Shamrock.
Stampede. That was the 10-man match.
Yep.
That versus
that pay-per-view was called Canadian Stampede.
Yep.
Was it in your house?
Yeah.
Okay.
In your house, Canadian Stampede.
Who was on the other side? Stone Cold, LOD, and who else?
Goldust and Ken Shamrock. And I think Vader was faced Undertaker in that show. So no.
Man, I don't know that I know that road.
I remember.
This is kind of when Bret started going downhill, because once he lost to Austin, then he did that with the Hart Foundation and brought Brian Pillman in, and that's right before, you know, we were just that later that year.
Yeah, we lost Brian that year.
That was the Montreal screw job.
Yep.
And Bret was out.
That was right before Bret got the belt off the Taker.
Okay, guys, let's move on to our last segment. And our last one is Saturday night's main event coming up this Saturday. I believe, I think I said it's going to be at 7 p.m. instead of 8. It's going to be on Peacock, not on NBC at all. So don't be looking on NBC, just on Peacock. As of right now, there's 4 matches. They may add a match, who knows? So let's get into it. The first match we're going to talk about is the Intercontinental Championship. Champion Dominic Mysterio versus Penta and Rusev. I would love to see him put the belt on Penta. I don't think they're going to. I think they like it on Dominic right now. He's a good chicken shit heel. He's over with the crowd. So right now, I wouldn't be opposed if the belt moved off any of these guys and went to, if it went to Penta or Rusev. I wouldn't think it'd be a bad move. But I think it stays on Dominic. Big Glenn.
It stays on Dominic. I think they're going to have Penta chase Dominic to WrestleMania.
Okay. Marcus, your thoughts?
I hate triple threat title matches. Anytime anytime the champion's defending his title, it ought to be 1-on-1, not risk the chance that you're going to lose your title and you're not even pinned. I hate when they do that.
See,
my guess is it's going to keep. See, well, no, that wouldn't work either.
I would love to see it be like the ECW triangle matches where you have to pin, or a decision has to be made each time.
You mean an elimination?
Elimination.
Yeah,
not the first pin, but the last pin.
Yeah.
So you got to pin both guys, or both.
Yes.
Both. Yeah. Well, I'll say Dominic. I don't see him pulling it off of him yet.
Yeah,
like the champion can be pinned first, is what I'm trying to say. It then you're guaranteed a new champion at that point.
Well, yeah, but I agree. I think that it ought to be somebody makes the first pin, and then whoever makes the last pin is the champ, and that way it's legitimate.
Yeah, that triple that fatal 4-way shit it's never worked for me in that way.
Yeah, I don't disagree with you guys. Next up, guys, this match was made official. I thought it was, but I wasn't sure. But it was. So we do have the champion of the Women's Heavyweight Championship, Tiffany Stratton, putting the belt up against Jade Cargill on Saturday night's main event. I think it's got to go to Jade. I think you've got to pull the trigger. I mean, she's had a couple of shots already, and she didn't win. Now you've turned her heel, and if she loses this, I think she's got to win. I'm going with Jade. Marcus, what do you think?
I think if Jade's going to take it, she needs a destroyer. Don't hold back. Just go in there and beat the living daylights out of her. Don't have a match.
Brock.
Just go in there and beat the shit out of her and take it, like Brock Lesnar. Yes.
Yep. You know where I was going with that, Marcus.
Yeah, well, when you said Brock, that's a perfect example.
Yeah.
To make any sense, she's got to go in there so aggressive that Tiffany don't even have a chance.
Yep, I don't disagree with you, man. And I don't think it would hurt, especially because honestly, Tiffany has gotten over as a face, but she's a true heel too. If you watched her in NXT, she was a true heel.
Absolutely.
She's a better heel than she would be a face. She's doing okay as a face, but I think if she gets destroyed and then they have her work from under to try to get her way back up, I think that'll help her as a face. But honestly, Tiffany is a true heel. She really is. Big Glenn, your thoughts?
If they're going to pull the trigger on Jade, they need to do it on Saturday. I mean, it's just that simple. Because if not now, when? And
Okay, guys, the next one is the WWE Heavyweight Championship. Nobody's got that belt right now. It's up for grabs. You got CM Punk versus Jey Uso. Marcus, what do you think? Who's going to get this belt?
God, I was thinking it was a number 1 contenders match. I forgot the belt was pulled.
No, the belt's pulled. This is for the belt.
Man, I'm going to have to give it to Uso as a heel.
Yes.
Yep. I think that's the right way to go. Uso as a heel. I think that's the right way. I mean, I'm not saying it can't work if Punk wins it. I'm really interested to see this match and see what they're going to do during the match and what's going to happen afterwards. So I'm kind of with you, Marcus. I'm going to go with Uso. I think I know I've heard some betting odds. I think most people are betting on Punk to win. But Big Glenn, what do you think?
we've got to get this Uso heel turn in full effect at the start Saturday night.
Okay.
Where's it at? Where are they running the show?
Salt Lake City.
Yes, Salt
Okay,
Lake
so
City.
it's not
Utah.
even anywhere close to Usos or
No.
No,
Punk's hometown. So, all right.
it's out in the middle of freaking nowhere, pretty much.
Yeah. And then the last match on the card, guys, that we know of, the WWE Undisputed Heavyweight Championship, the champion Cody Rhodes versus Drew McIntyre. We was talking about this a little bit. Guys, I think this would be a fantastic time for Drew to win the championship. He may not have a long championship reign, maybe 3 or 4 months. I don't know, but I don't think it would hurt Cody at all. Probably would help Cody even. I mean, I think Cody has done a good job as a champ and a babyface. It's hard for a babyface to be champion anymore, and he's done it for a long time and still has stayed pretty popular. So I got to give him credit. But I think it's the right time for a little bit of a reset, and I think I would be 100% behind Drew getting this championship. Marcus,
It's probably going to stay on Cody because Jimmy Uso is going to have a hand in it. That's
good.
my guess. Jimmy's going to cause Drew to lose the opportunity.
Okay.
That's my prediction. I'd love to see Drew get it, but after the shit that Jimmy just went through, that McIntyre did to him, there's payback, and I could see the feud between McIntyre and Jimmy going on, and Jimmy's going to cost Drew the title.
And one thing that we do have to think about too, where we're at, we're getting ready to November 1st. Well, then you've got Survivor Series getting ready to come up towards the end of November, and that's going to be a big show. It's going to be in San Diego, over 30, 35, 40,000 people there in that baseball stadium. I think this show is going to be the start of the build for Survivor Series and in the next few weeks. I still think the Survivor Series match is going to probably have a Drew and of course, I can't think of Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed, them three, and some other guys, maybe Brock Lesnar and another guy. And then you're going to see a combination of Rhodes and Punk and maybe, heck, Jay may be on the heel team. Who knows? So
Jimmy
I think
will be on the face team. You watch. It's going to be brother on opposite teams.
it could be. It could be. And so it's definitely, I think this show is going to be a big start, or definitely at least a start for the Survivor Series. Big Glenn, your thoughts on this Cody Rhodes Drew McIntyre match?
I think Cody retains. I don't think they're going to take the belt off him just yet.
Yeah, you might be right. I don't think it would hurt. I think it would freshen things up. Even if he held the belt and they did a match elimination chamber, get a big feud between these two and have it end in a Hell in a Cell or in a dog collar match or something, and then and Cody get it back. I think a big feud like that would be good for Drew. Him have the belt for a little while. I think it would be smart, but I kind of think you guys are probably right. Cody's going to win, but I'm going to pick Drew. I'm going to go out on him. I'm going to go with Drew because I think it's the right thing. And I'm a big Cody fan, but I think it's the right thing. I think it's the right thing for Drew, and I think it's the right thing for Cody.
Yeah, I'm thinking from a business standpoint. I feel like Cody is still gonna do it, but I would love to see Drew win it.
Yep. Yeah, I agree, guys. Well, guys, that's all we got tonight.
No John Cena on this?
No, not on this one. His next show he's going to be on. He'll be on Boston the 10th, and then he'll Monday Night Raw. Then he'll be on the 17th in Madison Square Garden. I think he will be on Survivor Series. I don't know in what, just a match, or it could be in the big part of that big match, the cage match. And then I think his final show is like December. I want to say the 13th. But I know it's. I'm pretty sure. It's a Saturday Night's Main Event. So is that right? Or is it a Monday Night Raw?
No, I heard
Saturday Night's Main Event.
Saturday Night's Main Event's what I heard.
Saturday Night's Main Event.
It's in DC.
Yeah, and when them tickets went on sale, I know that place probably only holds 15, 16, 17,000 people. And when that day they put them online, there was 45,000 people waiting to try to get tickets.
Well,
Yes.
Kelly, we was at Goodwill over the weekend. Where was we? Danville, Sunday.
Yep, across the street from the
And I found a magazine that had was a People magazine, had John Cena on the cover, so I bought it. Kelly went up to the thing, and the cashier said, "Yeah, I'm a big fan too. I'm going to be at Cena's last match." So that guy hit the Goodwill. Evidently, they pay well at the Goodwill.
the shit.
Has a ticket to be for the Cena's last match. So
Yeah,
They definitely been saving that money. That's for damn sure.
he better be, because I heard them tickets were like expensive like crazy.
Yeah, $4,000 to get in
Yeah.
the building.
Yeah, I did hear that, but I did see that Monday Night Raw that they did this last Monday Night Raw, wherever they was at. I heard you could get tickets even for those. Of course, they're going to be nosebleeds, but they had tickets as cheap as $40 or $50. I know it's in the nosebleeds, but so I mean, I think the pay. Don't get me wrong, I think ticket prices are crazy, but guys, you might as well get over it as long as
Yep.
as long as people are going to pay for their tickets and they're still selling out 90% of their tickets, they're not going to come down. So
Absolutely. That's why I was paying him and stuff like that all the time.
I know that AEW is coming to Indiana. Going to be I think December 3rd. I think that's right.
Yeah.
At Fisher's on Wednesday night. It's going to be on TV. Dynamite, and tickets as cheap as $30 a piece.
Yeah, I would go, but I'm not really AEW guy.
And
So
I think they're putting 2,700 tickets on sale. That place probably holds 6,000. And last I seen, they'd only sold like 1,700 tickets.
yeah.
So, which is about, honestly, unless
On
it's a
par.
pay-per-view, that's about their average on the regular shows. Now, their pay-per-views, they do better. Well, guys, I thought we had a good show tonight. Hopefully everybody enjoyed it. And we'll get out of here for tonight. Hey,
Yep,
everybody, I'm not going to have Chris play him because tomorrow's the final day to vote, but we do have that big having brain farts. That big
promo battle.
Promo battle.
challenge. I couldn't think of anything to say. Promo battle challenge tournament going on between the Buck Sexton and Bob Steele, and we had a lot of votes so far,
Yeah,
guys.
I think we're well over 100 votes, and they were neck to neck. I mean,
Yeah, but I think about 140 votes, probably. So I think you're going to be able to vote till tomorrow, to about 6 o'clock, maybe sometime in the evening. It'll end because it basically goes for 48 hours. So get on our Facebook page, Gonzo Sports Room, and you can watch the videos there, and you can also vote. So we appreciate you guys doing that. 2 very good promos. Thought the guys did a fantastic job. Very, very tough decision to make on who you're going to pick. So please do that. And we appreciate everybody watching. And
TJ Powers is in the house. TJ Powers just popped in the house.
Hey, TJ, how's it going, man? Hope you're feeling better. Hope you're about ready to come. I think you're about ready to come back, I think.
So,
yeah.
I'll see you on Saturday, bud.
All right, guys. Everybody have a good weekend.
That'd be absolutely devastating.
This is Joey Owens Show. They've been trying to get me on this broadcast forever, and this is the worst damn podcast I've ever been on. So you all can kiss my ass while I win this match.